Good afternoon and welcome to this class on supply chain digitization. My name is Ibrahim Labaran Ali. Before we start, imagine in the 1990s if you want to order an item from Amazon. How long do you think it's going to take? 1 week? 2 weeks? Probably a month? Today, if you want to order an item from Amazon, how long is it going to take? You could get it today, or you could literally get it in the next 24 hours. That has been possible because the supply chain is digitized. Yeah, there's a lot of data analytics technology behind that supply chain. The learning outcome for this module, we're going to discuss supply chain digitization, the importance, and we're going to review the drivers of supply chain digitization. And by the end, I hope you'll be able to demonstrate some understanding of the process of supply chain digitization. Right, for the definition, this always, I find it funny sometimes because supply chain digitization is quite a complex process, quite challenging, but it's basically about the adoption and integration of technology that can help supply chain managers to make informed decisions, give them visibility about their supply chain. Yeah. Modern times, you have a couple of technologies: Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, AI, which a lot of us are now familiar with. So what are the benefits? What do you think will benefit from supply chain digitization? Yeah. Increase efficiency, right? So imagine in the past, sending your vendors to sign. Yeah, this is going to take time and there could be errors. So with supply chain digitization, we have that increased efficiency and we have visibility. We can view end-to-end of our supply chain. Agility, we can literally have more data of what we think is going to happen in terms of demand forecast, and we could respond to that demand in time. Okay, and also cost reduction, because we're reducing a lot of redundant process, we're automating the processes, right? And importantly, it helps supply chain managers to make better decisions because they could use their dashboard to view their supply chain end to end and make informed decisions. Is that clear? Right. So what drives supply chain digitization? Firstly, it's you and I, the customers. Yeah. If you want an item to be delivered to you today, you're indirectly telling that manufacturer they have to digitize their supply chain, right? Apart from that, globalization, right? So because if you're buying from one location, if you're buying something, if you want to take something from your fridge, you don't need some digitization. But if you're going to buy it from another country, you might need to have some visibility. Okay? Also technological advancement. And so for example, this laptop, 20 years ago, I can't afford it, it's so expensive, right? But the technology is quite cheaper right now. So a lot of companies can digitize. Competitive pressures, so a lot of competitors are using this technology, so we have to digitize as well. And also regulatory requirements. There are some products that the government will say, we want to have clear visibility. We want you as a supplier to track and trace the whole supply chain. So you need, digitization. You need to digitize that supply chain and that type of product. Okay? Right. If now you have been given the task of supply chain manager and you've been asked to deliver a supply chain digitalization process, how will you go about that? How? So these are the process. Firstly, you have to assess the current state. So like we taught you in the supply chain module 2 weeks ago, you have to map out the supply chain, right? We have our suppliers, we have our logistics process, we have our manufacturing up till the consumer, so you have to map it out. And after you map it out, you have to evaluate each of those processes to identify what are the weaknesses, what are the inefficiencies in this process. Yeah, and you now have to assess the digital tool that each of those processes are using. When you have that clear, you now go to the next step, which is to define the objective. What are we going to measure, or what are we going to assess that these are the benefits that we're going to get from digitization? Yeah, transparency, visibility, yeah, cost reduction, all the objectives which will have increased customer satisfaction. Okay? Then after you've done that, you select the tool. What type of tool are you going to use? Is it an ERP system? Is it an ERP that has an AI embedded? You select whatever tool you want. Yeah? Just be careful when you're selecting those tools that if you're implementing it, you don't go for a big bang. Don't go for an all-out approach of get it done right now. Just like me asking you to run for 100 meters. You start panting, right? But if I ask you to first start by walking and jogging, right? So use a phased approach in implementing the digital tool. The next is to integrate the system. So most times you might have already an existing system, could be an Excel, then you might integrate the system. But be careful, you need to manage change. Sometimes people don't want change, sometimes you don't have a system to accommodate that change, so you have to manage that change process. And you need to monitor, yeah, and continuous improvement, right? Get those KPI, get those feedback, right? Is that clear? Okay, let me get feedback from you and see if you're actually following me. So what are the key steps involved in the process of supply digitization? Yeah. So you need to assess this current state, you need to set your objectives, right? Now you need to select the tools and implement, right? Change management and monitor. Okay? What is the goal of assessing the current state? Basically, we are assessing the current state so that we can identify if there's any challenges. Okay, well done. There are going to be challenges when you're trying to digitize the supply chain. It's not going to be a bed of roses, so you have to be aware of it. If you are, when you start working on supply chain minded, there's going to be challenges with the legacy system, data security, resistance to change. Yeah, going to be quite expensive, and also there could be some regulatory and compliance issue. Okay? Right, in summary, 3 things I want you to get from this lecture. Fundamental. Digitization is not just about those tools. It's not just about those technology. For supply chain, digitization means that speed, the accuracy, and that visibility. So always think about Amazon. How are you able to make an order in Amazon in any company and get it the next day? Because that supply chain is digitized. Yeah. Secondly, data is the new fuel. In current supply chain, you need to have data for you to make that informed decision. Yeah. If we now start talking about an item, before you know, you get that item advertised on your phone. They're using analytics for that. Yeah. And lastly, digitization is not a destination, it's a journey. A couple of years ago, maybe a company is thinking about Excel. Today, AI. We don't know what they're going to talk about tomorrow. So it is a journey. Yeah? And these are some references. Lastly, any question? Okay, if there's no question, before I let you go, this is your exit ticket. I want you to write down one thing you've learned from this class and one question you have. Thank you very much.